Today's video is brought to you by Beautiful Halo. Thank you so much for sponsoring me, first of all. And if you guys would like some good quality anime merch, you can go to Beautiful Halo, link in the description below. And on your next $49 plus order, you can get 5% off with the code MEME. And if it's $99 plus, you can get 10% off with the same code MEME, M-I-M-E. Let's get right into the video. Welcome back, guys. This is King of Weaves here, and this is What If Naruto Was Half Senju and Half Uchiha Part 2. Last time we left off with Sasuke actually, running away from the village, and Naruto realizing that he needs to go and get him because he cannot allow Sasuke to, go to Orochimaru, and yeah. Now, so Naruto already, being tired and all, he can barely use, his Sharingan, because of, all the strain that it gives him once he's actually, using it to, actually, what am I talking about? Naruto gets strained when he uses the Rasengan, and especially because, he just came out of an operation to get the Eternal Monkey Sharingan. Anywho, Naruto is still recovering, and so now knowing that Sasuke went off on his own, of course tells the Hokage, because he thinks rationally here, just like Shitsui would, and realizes that he stands no chance against Sasuke in this state, especially because without his eyes he can barely see. It's really blurry right now, and Naruto shouldn't have even took the bandages off in the first place, but of course Naruto was allowed to, but it was recommended not to. But still, Naruto needed some food, and so he actually went out to buy some from the convenience store. But anyway, after this, Naruto told the Hokage about what happened, and Sakura actually confirmed this, and basically Tsunade was like, God damn it, we need to bring back Sasuke now. And of course now she looks at Naruto and she sees that Naruto is kinda out of the fight. Like literally, he cannot fight, and he can't really go now, especially because of his injuries. And so Naruto then says, it's fine, Bachan, you don't need to worry about me. I'll bring back Sasuke. I'll do anything to bring him back. After all, it's kind of my fault. I shouldn't have fought him today. And of course now Naruto actually says that he has a few people in mind to actually go bring back Sasuke, and she's like, who do you think is capable enough of handling this mission? And basically he names a few people, and these few people are Neji, Shikamaru, Choji, and Kiba. Of course Lee is one of them, but Lee is recovering from his fight, or from his operation, since he happened a bit earlier, but no, sorry, it happened at the same time. And anywho, and now of course this team leaves by morning because they had to round everyone up. And yeah, now after after they came together, they realized that this mission could turn out to be an A or even an S rank mission. This is a mission to bring back a shinobi who actually ran from its village. And anywho, the Sasuke retrieval team is ready for anything. And so of course this time the one put in charge is Shikamaru, because Naruto believes that Shikamaru is the one that should be in charge. And Shikamaru's like, but why? You're a much better fighter than me. You're a much better leader and a teacher. Why should I lead this party? And of course now Naruto then says, you don't understand. You have the abilities. You have a gift. Your gift given to you. You're special, Shikamaru. You need to learn how to lead a team, because in the future you'll be leading this village. And of course what he means by that is that he will be leading them, not as a Hokage, but since Naruto wants to become Hokage. But of course Naruto then looks at him, because remember Shikamaru doesn't know that Naruto wants to become Hokage. And And Naruto then says, "Won't you help me when I become Hokage after all?" And then Shikamaru then smiles and says, "All right then, let's go, guys." And of course, as he says that they all head out, and Sakura wants to go, but of course she knows she's not strong enough, and she'll just be in the way, just like what happened in against Gaara. And yeah, anywho, now Naruto, and his team, well, not his team, Shikamaru's team, basically the Sasuke retrieval team, arrive, catch up, and now Jirobe actually takes them on, and here they actually fight together for a bit until Choji says that he'll handle him. You guys go on, and basically here Shikamaru then says, "All right, Choji, we trust in you." And of course, Choji actually takes the pills, and in the end takes the red one, and annihilates them. And then it's Tayuya, not them, annihilates Jirobe. Now it's Tayuya's turn to get annihilated by this team, and Shikamaru says, "Don't worry, leave it to me." And now next is Kidomaru, which is taken by I'm pretty sure it was Neji, and last is Sasuke and Ukon. Of course, by this time Sasuke actually woke up and is heading towards Orochimaru himself, while Sasuke and Ukon take on Kiba and Akamaru. Yes, Kiba and Akamaru are taking Sasuke and Ukon on, and yeah. Anywho, I'm bleeding, of course, every time. Fuck's sake. Of course, Naruto is now left alone, and still blurry eyes and everything, realizes that it's all up to him, and of course he comes up against Kimimaro. Kimimaro is the strongest out of every single one of the Sound Four, even though he's not part of them. He's still the stronger one out of all of them. Even put together, I'll say that he'll have to go like Curse Mark 1 or 2. And anywho, now, of course, Naruto, being half-blind, realizes that he'll have to fight him, not with his eyes, but he cannot use any of his eye abilities, but he can only use abilities that he has on his own, like Wood Release. And here is where Naruto truly, shows off the abilities that he has with Wood Release. Anywho, the fight begins. Naruto and Kimimaro, actually clash, and basically Naruto realizes that Kimimaro is much stronger than him physically right now because of his Kekkei Genkai, and then basically Kimimaro just puts his hand on the floor and starts creating bones that appear from the ground to impale Naruto. But then Naruto, what he does, he actually does a seal to actually create a wood dome around him, which is actually strong enough to break the bones once they actually try to penetrate it. Naruto then gets out of it and says wood style, wood binding jutsu. And as he says that, Kimimaro gets binded, and Naruto is actually stealing chakra from Kimimaro as he's doing this. And of course, now Naruto then says, "Wood style, wood prison," and then he keeps going and says, "Wood style, wood impale." Wood impaling jutsu, and basically the wood prison actually has spikes on it now, and basically it's heading towards Kimimaro. But then Kimimaro realizes that this would release this technique is so OP that he has to tap into his Curse Mark 1 state, and basically actually gets into his Curse Mark 1 state. And Naruto realizes that Kimimaro is pretty strong. And anywho, now Kimimaro blitzes Naruto to actually start punching him up and beating him up. And yeah, Naruto gets kind of obliterated here. Kimimaro then was about to stab Naruto until Naruto realizes that he has no choice but to use this, and so he activates his Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan for the first time, and it's hurting bad. But of course he's not losing any vision. Of course it's still a bit blurry, but with the Mangekyo Sharingan, it just becomes less blurry, but it just hurts more, and Naruto can't keep the Mangekyo Sharingan up for too long, so he protects himself and basically creates the Susanoo ribcage, and it starts getting the muscles and tissue, the Susanoo, and basically Naruto pulls out his two hands, or the Susanoo hands, are around Kimimaro, and they shoot out kunais and stab Kimimaro to a point where Kimimaro's body has holes in it, and Kimimaro realizes that this is it. Then basically then Naruto actually teleports behind Kimimaro and with the Rasengan and obliterates him fully and kills him. Of course Naruto then the Mangekyo Sharingans disappears, and basically Naruto's eyes start bleeding and says, I can't waste any time. And so he heads off to Sasuke. Of course, now Naruto realized that this was the only time he could use the Mangekyo Sharingan. He cannot use it anymore because he's literally out of chakra from using that. And the Mangekyo Sharingan took so much chakra out of him that he actually, Naruto has barely any left. He can only have enough for like, or maybe one or two more Rasengans. And yeah, the only reason that is because Naruto's Mangekyo Sharingan is still unstable. It's not good to use, especially because of Naruto's operation just a few days ago. And now Naruto began the fight against Sasuke. Of course, Sasuke goes into Curse Mark 2 and obliterates Naruto and was about to stab him, but as Sasuke's hand impales Naruto, Naruto stops it and looks at him with the Kurama eyes. Of course, this is the first ever time Naruto tapped into this power, and so he doesn't know what this is. And of course, he does know about the Nantals being inside of him, but he doesn't understand why he's getting so much power. And the Nantals is actually, feeding his rage with his chakra, and basically Naruto is just Naruto's seal is just becoming weaker and weaker, and the Nantals is actually beginning to take initiative on trying to get out of this body. Remember, he hates all Uchihas, and since Naruto is an Uchiha, he hates him even more now. Anywho, of course, Naruto then actually punches Sasuke in the chest. No, I always say chest, in the stomach. And of course, Sasuke kind of goes flying, but he starts flying. And basically, now, Naruto and Sasuke. Naruto's actually pretty badly injured. He took a ton of injuries from Sasuke, using all his abilities on him, while Naruto was literally, defenseless. And now, as he, was impaling Naruto, of course, he impaled Naruto, but then Naruto actually pulled Sasuke's hand out. Not pulled Sasuke out. Sasuke's hand out of himself, and literally, punched Sasuke in the guts. And basically, anywho, now they actually have their final clash, which then Naruto still loses because Naruto's Rasengan right at the end actually, of course, having internal chakra, Naruto actually, regains control and just uses the last bits of chakras that the Nantals gave him to actually clash against Sasuke. But Naruto realized that he messed up. Maybe he should have kept using the Nantals' chakra to actually, boost his Rasengan, but he, of course he didn't, and the consequences were pretty big, especially because Naruto lost the fight against Sasuke and, got annihilated, and, his hand was burnt, and yeah, of course. Now, Naruto, on the ground, all, still bleeding, Tsukome actually arrives out of nowhere, and she sees Naruto and says, you freaking idiot. You knew you were gonna lose, and still you came to this fight. You were half blind, and you still wanted to fight. Just who the frick do you think you are? All that. And basically, of course, she's just bad-mouthing Naruto at this point. But, deep inside, Tsukome is actually happy that Naruto wasn't injured any further. And so she just, touches Naruto's face and says, I'm just happy you're not injured. And of course, Naruto doesn't hear this, but still, the Tsukome just heals Naruto with her own abilities, and Tsukome actually is a healer, and yes, she can actually heal people. And anywho, of course, now Naruto, once he was healed, he was just on the ground, and yeah. Anywho, of course, Tsukome leaves, just looking back at Naruto and says, please don't hurt yourself anymore. Just please give up on being a ninja. And as she says that, she goes off on her own, and just looks over Naruto in case anyone tries to attack him or something. She'll obliterate them any day. Anyway, of course, that is only because Tsukome does like Naruto, and yeah, of course. Now after this, Naruto, woke up to see that he's being carried by Kakashi, and yeah, after a while he asks if he failed, and Kakashi's like, you didn't fail, Naruto. None of you failed today. It's just unlucky that I wasn't here to help you out when you needed it the most. I'm not a good teacher at all. I'm sorry, Naruto. And of course, then Naruto says, don't say that. It's not true. You're an amazing teacher. It's my fault. I should have known when for Sasuke. Blind. And of course, then Naruto still he can't really open his eyes, but he can actually sense people's chakras. And yeah, now of course Kakashi then says, Naruto, you should just rest now. Just keep resting. I'll bring you back to the village. And of course, then Naruto just goes back to sleep. But of course, while Kakashi is taking Naruto, he's actually being watched by someone else, which is Tsukome. Tsukome is not going to allow anything to happen to her beloved, and Tsukome has a crush on Naruto. That is obvious. I'm pretty sure I've hinted it for the past 2 parts, but still. Anywho, I'll say it bluntly now. If anyone if someone still didn't understand that she has a crush on him. Anywho, now, of course, Naruto, after a while, he actually I'm sorry. After a while, Naruto, wakes up and sees that he's in a bed, and him and Jiraiya still have the same conversation as per normal. How Jiraiya tells Naruto to give up on Sasuke, and Naruto says, they actually have this conversation, which I'm going to roll in now. Anyway, thank you to Words Beyond Fiction for this, and yeah, let's roll the clip.
Forget about Sasuke. He's gone. Sasuke went to Orochimaru of his own free will. No matter what you do, he will not change.
But Sasuke is...
Trust me, we should just forget about bringing him back. It's the tragic path of self-righteous fools.
He may mean nothing to you, pervy sage, but Sasuke is my friend!
Can you honestly call him a friend? Just look at what he's done to you. He was destined to leave sooner or later. Don't blame yourself. Dismiss him from your mind and move on. To be a ninja, you need more than strength and jutsu. You must acquire the judgment to make the right decisions. If you want to live as a ninja, you must become smarter. This world is no place for a fool. That's the reality.
I understand. If being smarter means what you say it does, I'll remain a fool my entire life.
Anywho, after this clip, I said after this clip, I'm an idiot. After this, Naruto and Jiraiya still go to train, in the end, Naruto still leaves the village to go train with Jiraiya because he needs to become even stronger than what he is now, because, the Akatsuki is after him, and he is not strong enough to handle the Akatsuki, and plus, he needs to train himself, and he needs to get ready in case anything happens, and if he and still he wants to get stronger to actually bring back Sasuke to the village. Anywho, now Tsukome of course sees Naruto leaving the village, and so she actually decides to leave the village and just follow them while watching over Naruto. Of course, she doesn't want to lose Naruto, and that is mostly the only reason why she's following him. At this point, she doesn't care about the Akatsuki, even though Naruto has the full nine tails. One day, she's actually planning on, betraying the Akatsuki and just joining Naruto because she loves him. Anywho, now, of course, Naruto, keeps up his training for the next 2 years, and yeah. Now, after this, Naruto actually returns to the village 2.5 years later, and he's actually mastered all, 5 chakra natures fully. Well, of course, he had them all from the beginning, but now he has even, more jutsus, and he's mastered 4 new Rasengans. Of course, there are more than 4 to be honest, but I'm only going to name 4. The Vanishing Rasengan, which he already had. Not which he already had. Sorry, I got confused with a different wife. The Vanishing Rasengan, the Rasen Shuriken, and also, not the Rasen Shuriken. Sorry, the Fire Rasengan, the Fireball Rasengan. I wouldn't say Fireball. The red Scarlet Rasengan, and also that's how many is that? And the Vanishing, Scarlet Rasengan, which is basically both the Scarlet Rasengan and the Vanishing Rasengan put together, which is a whole different new type, newborn Rasengan, and yeah. I'll say 3 different types, and Naruto is still, trying to master a new type of Rasengan, which is the Rasen Shuriken. He has the Wind Rasengan, which is 4 types now, but it's not good, especially, it's a powered up Rasengan, but with wind release, but it's weaker than the, the Scarlet Rasengan and the vanish Rasengan. So he needs something that does more damage than a normal Rasengan, or something like, Rasen Shuriken maybe. And he, of course, Naruto thinks of this idea right at the end of his training with Jiraiya. And during this time, Jiraiya and Naruto got much stronger. Of course, Jiraiya actually left Naruto for 3 months on his own to actually train on his own, while he actually went off to master Sage mode, because Naruto was getting too strong to for Jiraiya to handle. The perfect Susanoo. Of course, Naruto doesn't use it, but he has access to it, and he can use the Susanoo perfectly now, and also all his abilities. And he also learned how to teleport to the kunais that he can actually compress into the kunais that he can actually summon from his Susanoo ability. And yeah, those kunais he can teleport to, which completely catch Jiraiya off guard, because during those 3 months Naruto learned this, and Jiraiya completely got caught off guard. Even with mastered Sage mode, Jiraiya still nearly lost, but he was able to beat Naruto because he was able to outsmart Naruto. Anywho, of course, Naruto has the body flicker, which he uses most of the times, instead of the instead of using the flying Raijin, which is basically the flying Raijin, but I'll say that of course he calls it his Mangekyo ability, but still. Anywho, after a while, Naruto returns to the village, and Tsukome has been watching Naruto this whole time. At night, she even goes to Naruto, just to caress his hair, because she loves Naruto with everything she's got. Anywho, of course, now that is kind of the stalking and harassment, to be honest, but Tsukome doesn't really care. Did I say Tsuki before? I'm sorry, Tsukome. I always get confused, guys. Please forgive me. Anywho, Tsukome still goes and sees Naruto, of course, still being secretive and not telling anyone about this, but she actually had to join the Akatsuki herself, and she realized that maybe she'll have to give up on this crush on Naruto, especially because Naruto needs to be captured for her dream life to come to a reality. Of course, this dream life doesn't really exist. It's all a fantasy of hers, and all a plan from Zetsu, but still. Anywho, Tsukome wants to still try and gain have a family and someone that she can love. And anywho, of course, the Tsukome needs to capture the Narutos as well, so she's getting ready to give up on Naruto and just one day capture him, because she's more than capable enough to capture Naruto with ease. Anywho, after this, Naruto returns to the village, and Sakura still became a healer, just like in the original, because she realized that Naruto went through a lot of pain during the fight against Sasuke, but of course somehow he got healed. And Sakura found out about Naruto having the Naruto's, and of course she realized that maybe it was Naruto used the Naruto's abilities or something. She doesn't really know or anything, but that is something that she wants to find out one day. And maybe Naruto is some kind of secret healer that she doesn't know about. And yeah, now, of course, Naruto, being Naruto, returns to the village and does the same thing here. But remember, Naruto here still meets up with Sakura and Kakashi, and they still do the bell test. Because remember, now that they don't have Sasuke in their team, Kakashi still wants to see if they'll be able to take the bells away from him, since there's only 2 of them now. And if they can't, that means they haven't gotten stronger at all. They've actually gone weaker than what they already were, because if they train for 2.5 years with strong shinobi like Tsunade and two legendary Sanin, to be honest. And anywho, of course, if they can't get the bells now, that means they haven't improved at all. And in fact, they kind of slacked in the training. Of course, now after this anywho, after this, the bell test actually begins. Well, and Naruto and Sakura work together to get the bells off of Kakashi, and Kakashi isn't going to allow them to win easily. Sakura still doesn't know that Naruto is an Uchiha, and of course here is where Naruto will actually show Sakura that he was an Uchiha all this time. And that is only because Naruto actually didn't want to, but he will have to, because Kakashi has been doing his own training during these 2.5 years, because he doesn't want his students to, surpass him, and he actually activates his Mangekyo Sharingan. Remember, Kakashi has no repercussions in his Mangekyo abilities, or side effects, and yeah, so he can just keep using it as much as he wants, to be honest. And yeah, now he actually tries to Kamui Naruto's Rasengan away, and he actually does. Naruto used a vanishing Rasengan on Kakashi, and he was able to Kamui that away. And yeah, Naruto was really impressed by Kakashi's ability, and is that's actually an amazing ability. You can do so much with it. You can even teleport a Rasen Shuriken away, if he could. Oh well, of course Naruto can't do it right now, but still, Kakashi then used a new technique that he created on his own, and it's called the Lightning Tiger. And basically it's a bit like the ability used by Darui, but it's a bit I'll say Lightning Lion, not Tiger. Let's not do it too similar. Yeah, I changed the name on the spot. Anywho, and to be honest, I just realized that Darui literally... Wait, is his name Darui? Whatever. I just realized that he has the same something completely similar to this technique. But anywho, of course, now Naruto, to block this technique, he actually took Sakura into his Susanoo and activated it, and his yellow Susanoo, remember, protected Sakura, and both Naruto and Kakashi realized that Naruto has the Susanoo, and he can't really use it, because remember, he's not an Uchiha, but even though he has the Mangekyo Sharingan, he can't use it because of him not having both of the Sharingans. But still, now, of course, Kakashi, then Naruto actually, throws a kunai at Kakashi, which Kakashi was able to dodge, but then Naruto actually teleported behind him, and Sakura came in front of him to actually punch him, but of course, he was able to dodge that, the punch, but Naruto was able to take the 2 bells, and after all, Naruto and Sakura actually passed. Anywho, Kakashi was really impressed by both of their improvements, and he congratulated them on passing the bell test once more. And of course, Naruto and Sakura were ecstatic, but Sakura had a lot of questions for Naruto. First of all, she began with saying, Naruto, just who are you? You're not Naruto Senju. You were using the Sharingan. And of course, then Naruto explains everything, that his parents were actually both Senju and Uchiha, and basically, of course, 2 rivaling clans of, getting married to each other, but still, they fell in love, and they married each other, and in the end, they had him, but his parents actually died a long time ago, and he never got to meet them. That's why he was an orphan his whole life, but he had a master which taught him how to use his, Sharingan and everything, and his name was Shisui Uchiha. And Uchiha himself, an Uchiha, training another Uchiha, that wasn't too far-fetched, but still, Sakura was amazed by Naruto's abilities, and not only does Naruto have wood release, something used by the first Hokage, and of course she realized that Naruto must be a descendant of the first Hokage, which he is, and yeah, and also Naruto has abilities of the Sharingan, just like Sasuke does, and so she's actually intrigued by how strong Naruto truly is. Of course, she asks why did he never use it, like in the Chunin exams or something, and Naruto's like, well, it wasn't really needed, to be honest, and she realized that maybe that would have been kind of overpowered, using the ability that he just used to protect him and her against Genins, especially because Naruto pretty much was Jonin level even when he was a kid, especially because of Naruto's Monkey Sharingan ability. Anywho, of course, after this, Naruto and Sakura went back to their own homes, and the next day they got summoned by the Hokage, and they were told that the Akatsuki attacked the Sand Village and they captured the Kazakage Gaara. Of course, now Naruto got pretty pissed off and said, alright, I'll be going now. And of course, he actually wants to, save Gaara himself. But, Tsunade is like, you're going all together. As a team, we cannot allow you to go on your own, Naruto. You're one of the Akatsuki's target as well. And so, you probably will get captured if they see you. You never know. The Akatsuki has pretty strong fighters, especially because they're all S rank and Kage. They're BG level fighters, to be honest, because they know that some people are perfect Jinchuriki and they will have to fight Jinchurikis themselves. Tail beasts themselves, and so these shinobi are ready for anything. Even Naruto might not even be able to beat them. Of course, Naruto can beat most of the Akatsuki members right now, but of course he can't beat a few Pain right now. But of course that is mostly because Naruto doesn't have the Sage mode or anything, and plus Naruto doesn't know who is there, and so he actually listens to Tsunade, and they go as a team, and in the end they still arrive at the same time, with Temari on. They actually picked her up on the way, and yeah. Of course, now Naruto, Sakura actually went off to, find the antidote, and in the end, she was able to find the antidote within, I'll say a day, and after that, Chiyo joined them in their little mission, and Chiyo asked Kakashi why Naruto wants to save Gaara so bad. The two shinobi from two different villages. She doesn't understand this logic because in the past all villages were against each other, especially the sand and the sand and the leaf. But still, now of course Kakashi explains that Naruto and both Gaara are both Jinchuriki, and Naruto understands the pain that Gaara went through when he was a kid because he went through the same exact pain. And of course Shio understood why Naruto was so worried for Gaara, and she actually kind of started changing and said maybe I was wrong about this generation. Maybe this generation is going to be the generation to change everything. And yeah, of course in the end they arrived at the Akatsuki hideout, and yeah, now of course, now Naruto broke in and saw that Gaara fell to the ground, and as Sasori and Deidara were resting, of course Sasori said to take Gaara's body and escape a while to distract them so he can take on the rest. And of course Chiyo stays with Sakura, and Naruto goes off on his own, and here Naruto actually lets out the Naruto's chakra, being so pissed off that he doesn't understand what he's doing anymore. And Naruto doesn't want to lose another friend. Remember, he lost Haku, he lost his master, the only person that he could truly call family. But of course now he knows that Jiraiya is actually family too, because he is his godfather. But still, he doesn't want to lose someone else, especially because he lost way too many people, because he was weak and he couldn't protect them, or he was just too late. And so he let out the Naruto's chakra, and Kakashi still stopped it, and they both Kakashi still used the Kamui here to stop Deidara. But of course Deidara was able to escape with only a minor injury. I say minor, but it was pretty major. His arm gone, but still he left with his life, but he left without an arm. But anyway, now of course they get Gaara, and during this time Chiyo and Sakura still were able to beat Sasori, and in the end Sasori still gave the information about the meetup with Orochimaru. And yeah, after this Naruto of course returned with they actually returned to the sand village with Gaara's dead body, and of course Naruto started kind of crying as usual. And yeah, of course Chiyo in the end gives up her life, and they all have a moment of silence for Chiyo. Even Naruto respects Chiyo because Naruto of course respected her in the original too, but Naruto respects Chiyo even further now, because not only did she give her life up for his friend, and she even said that Naruto will be the savior of this world, just like Jiraiya once said. And basically she can see that Chiyo was being honest and everything, and Naruto's like, I'll make this world a better place for everyone, not only our two villages, Lady Chiyo or Granny Chiyo. And anywho, of course now Chiyo died happily, and yeah, giving her life up for the future, for the good of this world. Of course Chiyo died peacefully because she believes that now she can leave the rest to Gaara, to Naruto, to Sakura, Kankuro, Temari, because she believes that they will be the ones to stop the cycle of hatred and everything, and they will be the generation to actually bring peace to the world for once. And anywho, now of course Chio dies, and yeah, Naruto and the rest return to the village. And after this, Naruto's told that Sasuke, there was this meetup with Orochimaru, and of course Kakashi can't really go because he's still tired from using the Mangekyo Sharingan. He's still not used to it, and Naruto tells him that once they return, they will train. He will train with him to actually, get used to the Mangekyo Sharingan ability. And yeah, of course, Kakashi then says, "Thank you, Naruto." And yeah, now Naruto, Sakura, and Yamato leave together. And after this, they still find Orochimaru as per normal, and Naruto goes into Full Tails. And here, Naruto, once he actually sees Sasuke, he tries to, bind them all with his wood release, but they were able to escape without Sasuke actually getting into Naruto's head as in the original. But anywho, after this, Naruto got pretty pissed off at himself for being weak and not being able to bring back Sasuke like he promised, or Sakura all those years back. And to this day, he can't keep his promise, and he was pretty pissed off at himself. But anywho, Sakura was injured, and so they returned to the village as per normal. And after this, Naruto actually began the training that he promised with Kakashi, while he was actually training himself, in mastering the Rasen Shuriken. Anywho, after a while, Naruto and Kakashi actually finished their training, and Naruto mastered the Rasen Shuriken, and Kakashi mastered not mastered, but he learned how to use his Sharingan better and his Mangekyo Sharingan abilities. But still, after a while, Naruto and Naruto came to find out about Asuma's death, and how Team 10 had no chance against these monsters from the Akatsuki. And Naruto got pretty pissed off that someone from the Leaf got killed against the Akatsuki, and so he promised Team 10 that he will come with them and he'll help them take revenge on these Akatsuki members. And anywho, a week later, Naruto, Kakashi, and Sakura, also Sai, who joined the team now. I forgot to mention that Sai still joins the team 7 as per normal. So all of them leave, and Yamato as well, in case Naruto goes rage again. And yeah, all of them leave together, and in the end, the Akatsuki members are taken care of easily by Naruto. Kakashi actually fighting Kakuzu's full hearts off. Yes, Kakashi was able to fight them off because he actually, trained on with the Mangekyo Sharingan, and he knows how to use it better here because of Naruto's help. And he was grateful to Naruto for this. And Naruto finished off Kakuzu with his new technique called the Rasen Shuriken. And yeah, now, of course, the Rasen Shuriken is a pretty freaking overpowered technique, especially because he one-shot Kakuzu, to be honest. And yeah, now, after this, Sasuke still kills Orochimaru, and the word goes around that he's going to be leaving Orochimaru. And of course, Naruto and the rest actually found out that Sasuke was going somewhere, and so they actually tried to stop him, but Naruto was they were too late. And yeah, Sasuke still went to Itachi, and during this time, Jiraiya still went off to find information about the Akatsuki leader, because the Akatsuki are becoming a threat to the world at this point. They captured so many tail beasts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 tail beasts already, and only the 8 and 9 tails are left, and Naruto is in grave danger now. And Jiraiya cannot allow Naruto to die or anything, because it's basically his son. And so he goes off on his own, and here he actually in the end still dies. And I had to do this to Jiraiya, even though I love Jiraiya as a character. He has to die for Naruto to get that boost to master the Sage mode. Anywho, of course, in the end, Naruto understands the code and realizes that he has to go to Mount Myoboku and master Sage mode. And yeah, so he still goes to Mount Myoboku in the end. And sorry, 1 second. But before Naruto actually goes to Mount Myoboku, he actually gets a visit from this girl, and he can see a resemblance to someone that he's seen in the past, but he can't really remember. But anywho, of course, then Naruto asks who this is, and this was while Naruto was actually getting ready to leave, and then this girl introduces herself as Tsukome Uchiha, and Naruto then can see who she looks like, that girl that he bumped into years back, and also that anywho, of course, Tsukome then says to Naruto that he has to run, he cannot stay in the village anymore, and he needs to get stronger because there are Akatsuki members coming to get him. And of course, Naruto then says, how do you know that? And basically Tsukome then says, because I'm in the Akatsuki. And basically Naruto then asks her, if you're in the Akatsuki, why would you tell me that they're coming? Shouldn't you be against me? Shouldn't you be attacking me, trying to kill me now? And of course then Tsukome says that she doesn't want to, and she wants to, she wants Naruto to live, and basically then asks about why. This whole entire time, you've been trying to capture all the Jinchuriki, and now you're telling me that I should survive? But why? You know how many people you've killed? Do you not understand? And then Tsukome says, listen, I've been watching over you for years now. I've always been there for you. You don't understand. I've seen you go through all the pain in the past. And also, I've saved you from Orochimaru. I've seen how strong you've gotten over these years. And I know you're strong, but I cannot allow you to go up against pain. And of course then Naruto says, I don't even know who this is. Leave me alone. Go back to the Akatsuki and go. Maybe you should train, because once we fight, I won't have any mercy upon you. And then basically Tsukome says, I don't care if I die. I don't want you to die. And basically, of course, then Naruto then says, then why? Why did you join the Akatsuki? Tell me that. And basically, of course, then Tsukome says, because I've been promised something, a life of happiness. But I've realized after watching over you that life will never happen. And then basically Naruto asks why. But what happened to you? And basically, of course, Naruto is intrigued by Tsukome. Tsukome then tells Naruto her whole story and how she came to meet him. And she didn't actually come to meet him, but still how she in the end met him because of this mission of hers. And anywho, of course, Naruto understands Tsukome's pain, because he has lost a lot of people in his life, and even his godfather now, and he can understand why Tsukome is so broken inside. And basically Naruto says, something, maybe you're not that bad. You've told me to run, but I cannot. And of course, during this time, Itachi still dies as per normal, and of course, Sasuke comes to find out about Itachi's truth, and basically then Naruto says, why would you be telling me this? I don't understand, but I can see that you're a good person. You're not as bad as the Akatsuki are, and so I'm not going to report you, so please run before I'll actually have to fight you. And basically, of course, Tsukome is like, but you said, but you need to run. And basically Naruto says, I won't run. After what they did to my father, what they did to my grandfather, my godfather, I have to avenge him. I cannot allow them to slide. I cannot allow this to slide. And of course, Tsukome then says, but you're going to get killed, Naruto. And of course, she's actually crying now. And basically Naruto's like, I understand that you've gone through the same pain as me, but I don't understand why you don't want me to die. And basically then Tsukome says that she kind of fell for Naruto when she after watching over him for so many years, Naruto started blushing. And Naruto never really had an interest in love or anything, but now that Tsukome confessed everything to him, and she finally came to an understanding that she likes Naruto. And so Naruto then says, but we don't even know each other. And basically Tsukome then says, I know you better than anyone else here in the village. And basically, of course, Naruto then says, yeah, because you've been stalking me for the past however many years. But of course then Tsukome then says, do you really think it's that weird? And of course Tsukome, being kind of bummed out that Naruto thinks that she's weird for following him all this time, of course then Naruto's like, it's fine. I mean, if you fancy that, it's fine by me, but are you sure you want to like someone like me? I'm cursed. Can you not see? I've lost everyone. My parents when I was born, my godfather. After all these years, all I could do is watch. That's as a newborn. My parents died in front of me. I couldn't do anything because I was just born. But then I could have saved my godfather, and yet I couldn't. And also, I let someone like Sasuke, one of my only friends, to get away, to run from this village and to leave. And of course, then Tsukome says that, you know, Naruto was dying on that day, and basically Naruto's like, I guess you saw everything, and basically then Tsukome is like, yeah, I'm the one who healed you, and basically Naruto's like, wait, so those injuries I've had, and basically, Naruto and Tsukome actually bond over this past 3 hours before Naruto actually has to leave to Mount Myoboku, and basically, Naruto says that he has to leave now, and Tsukome asked if she could come and join him in this training, and basically Naruto said that she if she really wants to train in Sage mode, she will have to know at least the Toad summoning, and basically Tsukome then says that she can learn it now, and basically Naruto then says, well, I'm not sure if you can, I don't know, and basically Tsukome is that I am an S-rank shinobi, remember, I am part of the Akatsuki, I can learn that. And basically, Naruto then says, alright then, let's see if you can learn it within an hour before I have to leave. And of course, Tsukome takes this as a challenge. And, Naruto and Tsukome actually become friends really straight away, especially because, Tsukome confessed to Naruto. And Naruto really kind of didn't, I wouldn't say he didn't like it, but he wasn't sure of what to say, but it doesn't mean he hated it. That's the thing. He actually, was surprised with that someone would like someone like him, someone who has the nine tails, someone who's been cursed, and she's been watching over Naruto this whole these years, and she's seen that everyone that gets close to Naruto just gets killed off in the end or dies somehow, and so Naruto thinks that some people would just think that he's cursed, so just like he does. He himself thinks that he's cursed. But of course, Tsukome can, still loves Naruto for just the person he is, and also because, Naruto is the one who changed, her ways. Because before, Tsukome was a bit like Naruto, kind of suicidal because, of all the losses she's had, and she thought that she was, a curse too. And basically, after meeting Naruto, she realized that maybe if them two get together, something could happen. And of course, it's not just because she wants to get rid of this curse, it's because she actually likes Naruto, and it's not really a curse, it's just coincidences that happen in their lives. And Naruto doesn't really mind. But anyway, of course, now they go off to Mount Myoboku because, Tsukome is actually able to master this summoning jutsu, and she summoned Gamabunta out of all of them, and Naruto's like, impressive. And of course, Naruto says that she'll be coming with them, and basically Tsunade is like, who is this? I need to know. And basically Naruto says, I'll explain later, we don't have time, this is too urgent. And of course, Tsukome is like, are you sure the village is going to allow me in? After all, I was part of the Akatsuki. And basically Naruto's like, it's fine, don't worry about them, I'll help you get in. And anywho, of course, Naruto actually, sorry, not Naruto. Naruto actually, started the training of his Sage mode, and Tsukome actually started Sage mode training too. Of course, here Tsukome was actually a bit better than Naruto at training, remember, she is a prodigy, and yeah, of course, Naruto was actually kind of jealous of Tsukome, how she was able to master Sage mode a bit before him. But Tsukome actually, instead of, bragging about it, she actually started helping Naruto in things that he was lacking on. And anywho, of course, Tsukome and Naruto, become real good friends over this time. And Naruto actually, teaches Tsukome the Rasengan, but her Rasengan is actually pink, just like her, Susanoo. And in the end, Naruto and Tsukome are able to master the Sage mode well, not master the Sage mode training, master Sage mode, and they both have Sage mode. But during this time, Naruto's Sage mode kind of changed. Naruto unlocked a different type of Sage mode. Naruto's pigment was actually blue compared to Tsukume's orange one, and they were confused. And of course, then Naruto felt something stronger inside of him, and Tsukome then says, "Wait, I think I know what this is. This is your this is your wood release Sage mode." And of course, then the Elder Toad actually appears, and Jesus Christ, that motorcycle gave me a heart attack. Oh my goodness, Jesus. Anywho, after this, the Elder Toad actually explained to Naruto what this is, because he knows pretty much everything. He explained that Naruto's Toad Sage mode actually combined with the Sage mode of his wood release, and then he goes on to explain the whole entire story about Madara Uchiha and Hashirama, and something that he already knows, just of a spiritual power. And then he, of course, Naruto understands, and of course Tsukome realizes that Naruto is basically the new Hashirama, and she is the grandson of the one that nearly murdered Hashirama. And yeah, of course, now they both return to see that the village is destroyed, and of course Naruto gets pretty pissed off. And so here the fight goes a lot different, since Tsukome, and they're both they're both in Sage mode, perfect Sage mode to be honest. And now Naruto of course destroyed the Naraka path, and then Tsukome actually came in to actually protect him, protect him from the human path, because the human path actually tried to steal Naruto's soul. But then out of nowhere, Naruto actually went all out, and all out, literally all out. And so he just let out a ton of he actually said wood style deep forest emergence. And of course this confused all the pains, because they all are in a forest now and they can't see properly, they can't see where Naruto is and everything. And basically Naruto then says, "Tsukome, let me take care of this." And so of course now Naruto one by one decapitates each pain and leaves the last one for last, and literally destroys that pain. Not the body, but still doesn't decapitate or anything, but is able to make a Rasen Shuriken to actually destroy him. Of course the body was actually the actual body remained, because Naruto didn't want to kill Pain, because he wants him to suffer. But of course that pain is not the real pain, and something that Naruto realized straight away now. And yeah, of course he actually reversed tracked down Nagato, and in the end he actually went to Nagato. And yeah, of course now Naruto actually still gives the same speech to Nagato, which actually makes Nagato change his ideals. And so he then gives his dream to Naruto, and now Naruto of course says that he'll make his dream come true. And yeah, now, and of course Naruto then says goodbye to Conan and everything. Conan doesn't give the hide the eyes, because she believes she can kill Obito. And during this time Sasuke still became part of the Akatsuki and tried to capture the Eight Tails, but here he fails as usual. But anywho, now of course Tsukome, now that she leaves the Akatsuki, this becomes pretty popular, especially because she clearly stated that she was part of the Akatsuki, and she is going to be leaving because she doesn't want to see Naruto get captured, and she's going to protect him with his own life, and with her own life, not his. And anywho, of course Naruto still wants to go protect Sasuke from the Raikage, and still the same events happen like in the original, in the Five Kage Summit. Danzo still dies, Sasuke still goes blind, Naruto still says that they're both gonna die if they fight now, and that's a complete lie. Naruto can annihilate, obliterate Sasuke right now. And then of course Naruto and Killer Bee still, I'm just saying Killer Bee still was able to escape, and Killer Bee and Naruto still going to the same room, while Tsukome actually becomes one of the admirals of the platoons, and the only reason is that she actually gained the trust of Tsunade because she actually helped out, protected Naruto. Tsunade saw this right before escaping with the Anbu. Naruto was about to get attacked by the human path, and then basically she came in the way to protect him, and that cleared her name. But still, so she became the admiral, not admiral, but platoon leader. And yeah, I'll say that she was platoon leader of Kakashi's one, and Kakashi was actually leader with her, so there were two leaders in case one dies or something. You never know what could happen. Anywho, now, of course, Naruto masters his tail beast strength, and he actually meets his parents again. And of course, now Naruto. Remember, Naruto's wood release came in clutch during the pain arc, and he ended real fast to fight. And so he never met Minato. So he met Minato here, and of course, Minato says, "My son." And of course, he congratulates Naruto on achieving all this strength, and sees that Naruto is actually on par with the Nine Tails, and that just shows how strong Naruto truly is. Anyway, of course, Naruto now joins the fight in the war, and still goes up against Itachi and Nagato, and in the end, he still lets out Itachi, and Nagato gets sealed away, and Naruto promises that he will, fulfill his dream of world peace, and then he goes up against all the the others, 7-tailed beasts. No, wait, 7? No, there's 6. So remember, Gaara's not dead anyway. Now, of course he died, but still. Of course, after this, Naruto fully gains the trust of the Nine Tails and gets KCM 2. And here, now Naruto, of course, starts fighting, the Ten Tails. And of course, well, when all of the mandem came, all of the mandem, Tsukome, Naruto, Sasuke, well, not Sasuke came, Sasuke actually came a bit later, of course. Sasuke and Itachi beat Kabuto, and Sasuke still wants to find out what it means to be a Hokage. Sorry, I hit my iPad with a wire, sorry guys. Anywho, now, of course, Sasuke still wants to find that, and so he just, goes off with Jugo and Suigetsu and finds Karin. But anywho, now, of course, once all the platoons actually come to Naruto's aid, Naruto uses the deity gates with his sage mode, and summons the deity gates, and of course they restrain Ten Tails, and Naruto says, maybe one more, maybe. And of course that restrains the Ten Tails even further. And of course now Naruto says, I'm not done. Wood style. Great wood chakra absorption. And of course what this means is basically it's a massive massive roots of wood release appear from the ground to bind the Ten Tails to actually steal its chakra. And Naruto's gaining so much chakra that his KCM 2 is even more powerful, and so he summons it and basically uses his Susanoo, perfect Susanoo, to cover his the Nine Tails with Susanoo armor. And basically, of course, then Tsukome actually comes in and boosts that up by adding her own. And now, of course, Naruto is pretty freaking overpowered. Of course, Naruto was actually able to throw a kunai from inside of the Nine Tails, and this kunai was an actual what's it called, Susanoo kunai, and Naruto teleported over the Ten Tails and basically just slashed down, and this slash contained multiple kunais, and not only did it cut some of the Ten Tails' back, but also multiple kunais stabbed the Ten Tails, and the Ten Tails started screaming, and basically Obito came back with a hole in his heart, and Madara and just saying, the four Kage actually arrived by now, and they realized that Naruto was able to bind the Ten Tails even better than the first Hokage did. And in the end, the Kage arrive, and Naruto, and Sasuke actually joins the fight. Of course, Sasuke is not with Naruto and Tsukome, but in the end, Obito still becomes the Ten Tails Jinchuriki, and Sasuke and Naruto fight together. Of course, Sasuke gets the aid of Jugo, and in the end, together they were able to beat Obito by. Wait, what? Sorry guys, I thought my parents came. But of course, he Takano jutsus Obito, and in the end, Madara still becomes the Ten Tails Jinchuriki by actually, getting the Rinnegan and, getting revived by Obito, and yeah, after this, Naruto died. And remember, since Naruto, never had the half of the Naruto's, and Minato never had the other half, he fully died here, but still, of course, meeting the Senju 6 fast, he still got the same boost, and same as Sasuke. Of course, Sasuke got killed by Madara with his own sword, to be honest. But of course, they come back even stronger. Obito still, takes care of Naruto, while Kabuto takes care of Sasuke. And yeah, Naruto comes back to save, my guy from death. And yeah, now Naruto was able to destroy the God Tree. And anyway, after this, Sasuke and Naruto were able to beat Madara, but in the end, Madara still does the infinite Tsukuyomi. And Tsukome was against Madara. Of course, Madara's like, you're such a disappointment. And of course, Naruto's as sharp. And after this, Naruto, remember, being an Uchiha and a Senju, his, since he has both Senju, cells and Uchiha cells, and he's had the, Mangekyo Sharingan for quite a long time, since the age of 12, and now it's been a while, but still, no wait, since the age of 8, yeah, because Naruto awakened earlier, but he didn't know about it, so since the age of 8, and yeah, Naruto has had it nearly for a decade, and the boost that the Sage Success gave him was actually was enough for Naruto to unlock the Rinnegan, which gave him the ability to actually see a bit of foresight, which is a bit of overpowered, but still, also Naruto gets the ability to teleport just like Sasuke and open dimensions, and also all the other default abilities of the Rinnegan. And now Naruto, sees that Zetsu will kill Madara, and of course, in the end, he does. He doesn't really kill him, but uses Madara's body to revive Kaguya, and Naruto tried to stop it, but it was too late. Of course, Kaguya got revived, and in the end, they begin the fight. But of course, here it's Tsukome who is actually in the fight with them, and of course, Obito is still here. In the end, dies, but anyway, Kakashi saves, well, he doesn't really save Sakura, since Tsukome, never actually has her own Susanoo, and she flew away from, Kaguya, and actually helped everyone out by actually, using her bow and arrow to actually, stab Kaguya in the chest, and basically then, Sasuke came in with his own Susanoo, and Kakashi too, and basically Naruto came in with the finishing blow with the katana, a Susanoo katana, with his he actually engulfed the Susanoo katana with 9 of his Truth Seeker orbs, and also using all the Tail Beast chakra in that one slice, and also using the Kurama avatar with the Susanoo armor, was able to slice Kaguya in half, and in the end getting the Karma Seal. And of course, Kaguya got killed here, not even sealed away, and so Kaguya's dimension was actually falling apart, and basically Naruto was actually the one to actually open the portal to the other world, and so to their world. And yeah, Sasuke in the end still challenges Naruto, and here Naruto, of course, losing a lot more chakra than Sasuke, since Naruto used a ton of chakras, but having all 9 Truth Seeker orbs, gave him such an advantage that Sasuke really had no chance. And Naruto has the Susanoo, so the Susanoo arrows, Naruto could just literally cut through them with his own Susanoo katana, and in the end Naruto was able to destroy Sasuke, and even teleport on Sasuke's ass, and literally Rasenganing him a few times. And in the end, Sasuke didn't even get a chance to use the Nine-Tailed Beast's chakra, even though it's not the Nine-Tailed Beasts, but only the 8 of them. But Naruto was actually able to beat him before he could even try, and so Sasuke gave up. And in the end, Naruto and Tsukome went on to get married, and basically Naruto becoming Hokage and Sasuke becoming the Shadow Hokage, still going on his trip of redemption and everything. So Boruto being born, then Sarada, and everything. And just saying, Boruto is actually full, I'll say 75% Uchiha, and 25% Senju. Remember, Naruto's only 50% Uchiha and 50% Senju. But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed it. This was the King of Weaves here, and also don't forget to subscribe to Ratreet, Miniman123, and my friend Hxmesh, and also follow Shoku on Instagram. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram, and join the Discord server, link in the description below. And also, if you want some good quality anime merch, you can get it from Beautiful Halo. Use my link in the description below. Sign up and support the channel. And also, if you want 5% off on your next $49 plus order, use the code MEME, MEME. And if you want 10% off on your next $99 plus order, use the same code MEME, MEME. Anywho, I'm a duckling, so dismissed. That was a lot of talking, and peace.